Hi, I'm Dian Lestariningsih from Asia Pacific Knowledge Hub. I'm here with Rani Febrianti from Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources of Indonesia. So Rani, could you please share with us what is the major challenges in doing the reform in extractive industry governance in Indonesia?
Well, I think we have now moving from our mainstay, natural resources as the mainstay. We are now moving, not using the resources for the revenue anymore. We are now using it to trigger the other sectors to grow in Indonesia. So we are moving from tradable to non-tradable as the mainstay of the state budget. So we are now renegotiating some contracts. We are now trying to get a good deal that we already settled for 5 years now, and then we are now trying to reform some laws and regulations in order to attract investors and in order how to manage these resources into the services sector.
Yeah. So what do you think that we should do as a nation to making sure that all these things are happen?
I think what we should do is you have to know exactly how much is your resources and then your market conditions. So if you know exactly what is your aim, your objectives, what you're going to do with this resources wealth, and then you know exactly where is this good going to out from your country, and then I think you can make certain policies. You have to be able to knows what is your capacity, your pluses and your minuses, and other countries too. And then after that, you have to have a courage, because this is not rocket science. So every country have their own perspective on how to deal with these natural resources. This is not trial and error. Of course, we are doing mathematics assumptions to do this. But yes, in the end, you have to have a courage to implement those policies, and then you can after that evaluate after 5 years. So we are dealing now with a very hard topic such as stabilization clause, for example, and then we are doing like export ban. Well, at some extent it's going to risk our country to arbitration, for example, but there is a cost that we're going to deal with. And yes, I believe I'm negotiating with more than 100 companies, and yes, they have a really good faith to our government. So you have to know exactly where you stand, and then in the name of good faith, you can actually ask what you want, because the contract itself is already 30 years or so. So and then now the commodities price is boost, but I think we have a good deal in the end.
I think we are here also learn from the other fellows. So what do you think the Indonesian position compare with the others?
Well, I think we are in the right track, because I think we started first, and then we are in the right track. And since this is not rocket science, I think we learned also from our mistakes too. And I think it is good to know that a lot of countries now fighting for their portion of resources, and we are also still fighting for our resources in a very different level. And let's see for the next 10 years, are we going to still competing to export it, or we're going to try to attract them to join us in developing the resources into a better industry.
Rani, thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, enjoy.